Your headlines, your campus, your voice. Presented by RMU students for RMU students. Join us as RMU Live begins now.
It may only be 2010, but Robert Morris University is already preparing for reaccreditation with a major academic accrediting body in 2012. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to RMU Live for Tuesday, February 23rd, 2010. I'm Kevin Williams.
And I'm Jake Neal. A major task force of volunteers are in the early stages of planning a massive study of the university. This self-study is part of the reaccreditation process with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education and University Professors of Communication, and Ann Jarborough has been appointed chairperson.
A task force of more than 100 RMU administrators, faculty, staff, and students have begun a 2-year effort to study and reaccredit the university with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. President Gregory DeLomo appointed University Professor of Communication Ann Jarborough to head the reaccreditation effort.
Middle States is an accrediting body, and there are different accrediting bodies across the United States. What they are attempting to ensure is, if I can put it very directly, that we walk the walk and we talk the talk.
Jarborough says that the accreditation, which comes every 10 years, is critical for students during these economic times.
Students are spending on average $40,000 a year. It's a lot of money, which at the end of a 4-year period, that's $16,000, or I'm sorry, $160,000, to find out that maybe you didn't get all that you should have.
The committee will conduct a comprehensive self-study that will investigate the accomplishments and the issues of the university in 14 different areas to be divided into 7 categories. Jarborough feels certain that the committees will do the work that needs to be done in time for reaccreditation in 2012.
But I am confident that we have the resources and the people here to do great things.
Jarborough and the committee of 100 will meet next Wednesday, March 3rd, and Middle States Representative Mary Ellen Petrisky will make a visit to the campus on March 17th.
Rooney visiting scholar Francis Burnside, a Navajo healer, held an intimate gathering with RMU administrators, faculty, staff, and students at the Nicholson Fire Pit yesterday morning. Burnside discussed a typical fireside chat in his culture and thanked members of the RMU community for all their work during his visit.
2 ways that you people get together and have meetings and have dinners and have whatever it takes to put your energy out there for the students, for the ones that wish to learn. You are medicine people yourself. This morning, they were asking me how like you and cancer.
That you take from Robert Morris, and we thank you for being here today. And I believe
the creator that we don't know, we don't understand. There's a force that we don't. I should have brought. I was this morning.
Burnside has been on campus here at Robert Morris University since last fall. Burnside helped spark the Native American rights movement by occupying Alcatraz Island in 1969.
21.5% of people in Allegheny County have been infected with the H1N1 virus during 2009, according to the University of Pittsburgh Center for Vaccine Research. It was reported that school children were hit the hardest, with 45% of the total infected. Surprisingly, the elder, or 70 years and older, were the least infected, with only 5%. Pitt researchers are not foreseeing another wave of the virus in the spring.
Another wave of tax hikes could be hitting Moon Township soon. The Moon Area School Board approved the hike of 0.61 this year. Another hike could be in the future if needed to cover teacher pension costs. Although Moon was approved by the state to increase taxes if necessary, in the end the district can decide not to raise taxes if needed.
Coming up, people are reacting to a classic American dish, and is another bank on the brink of failure? More details later.
Plus, there have been some disputes over Toyota's safety measures and even a larger dispute between the Argentinian and British governments. Plus, weather and sports coming up next. First, here's what happened on this day in history.
Every day, I want to know why. I want to know why my hair is falling out. How did this happen?
How did this happen? A little pain in my knee, That's how it started.
That's how it started. This rash on my face, now it's like my body is attacking me. I want answers.
When you don't have the right answers, it may be time to ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
It's the disease they make animals.
It's always your turn, Channing. Oh my God.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
Some guy who graduated like 3 years ago. President Obama made a major step today in trying to pass his much disputed health care legislation. Obama outlined his specific ideas for the legislation while also challenging Senate Republicans to either come up with an alternate idea or appear to voters during an election year as not serious about a major issue. Both sides of the Senate are scheduled to meet on Thursday.
A recently published government report states that many banks could be in danger of going under. The FDIC has placed 702 banks on its troubles list, the highest figure since 1993. That means that 1 out of every 11 banks are in danger of failing. Despite this, FDIC Chairman Sheila Bair claims the Deposit Insurance Fund should be able to handle any further bank failures.
The president of Toyota's U.S. operations addressed a congressional panel regarding Toyota's major vehicle recall today. James Lentz told the panel that the recall of millions of vehicles may not totally solve the braking and acceleration issue. Some are worried that the massive recall could lead to strained relations between the U.S. and Japan.
A slap in the face to Mr. Toyota and therefore the rest of corporate Japan. Toyotas will still be sold in the U.S. and we're still going to buy Sony TVs and what have you, but long term they could have a very, very dampening negative impact upon the future of U.S.-Japan relations.
An interesting story coming right off the front page of the Post-Gazette. Some people are in uproar about hot dogs. Yes, hot dogs. The famous Frankfurter, more commonly known as the hot dog, has been criticized for its distinctive shape. A statement released yesterday from the American Academy of Pediatrics says that hot dogs are a high choke risk hazard for young children. The AAP is now calling for a warning label, similar to those on certain toys, to be placed on the packaging in order to warn consumers.
Pilots at Germany's Lufthansa airline are back on the job. For now, 4,000 crew members agreed to postpone the strike and head back to the cockpit while negotiations continue. We're told there are interruptions in flights, though. Pilots say they are worried about job security and rumors of job relocations. The pilots say they will walk off the job on March 9th if they don't reach an agreement.
Various Latin American countries are offering their support to Argentina about the Falkland Islands. Argentina, who has been in a land dispute with Britain over the islands, has warned Britain to observe international law and cease drilling for oil and other natural resources around the island. The Falkland Islands have been in dispute since the 1980s, where Argentina and Britain actually had a brief war over the islands. Various countries, including Ecuador, Chile, Guatemala, Bolivia, and Venezuela, have released a document in support of Argentina.
Well, Argentina, I'm sure, has lovely weather, but here in Pittsburgh, It's gray and it's cold, and it's actually a little bit rainy today.
Yeah, let's toss it over to Channing Frampton for more in weather.
Well, Jake, as far as the weather is concerned, it's going to be a
great day to get out and, you know, head up to the marketplace to get a hot dog or something. It's 34 degrees out there. It's a heat wave. It's so warm out. We're so used to those temperatures in the 20s. Brr, it's been cold out, but hey, temperatures have been above average for the past couple of days, and unfortunately, we're going to see them go back down. But right now, 34 degrees here in Moon Township with a dew point of 26 degrees. Humidity is holding steady at 75% with some snow showers beginning to move through the area. Winds are out of the west at 9 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the temperatures around the local area, and we'll see that the temperatures are holding 34 in Beaver Falls, 35 in Butler, 33 in New Kensington, and 37, the heat spot of Washington, PA, right now at this hour. 34 degrees in Pittsburgh, PA. And we have the 30s up around the Great Lakes, 31 in Erie, 31 in Cleveland, and 32 in Detroit, 31 in Fort Wayne, and 35 in Charleston, West Virginia. Now, let's take a look at what's coming up for tonight. 25 degrees is your low temperature with snow showers moving in through the area. And you know what, folks? We're actually 0.3 inches away from breaking the all-time snowiest monthly record ever here in Pittsburgh. So, you know, we might see a record being broken here later on this week. Our actuals for today, 35 degrees, our low 25 degrees. Our normals for this time of year look like this, 41 and 24. Our record looks like this, 70 and -8. Now, as far as our forecast for tomorrow is concerned, 34 degrees will be our high temperature again with snow showers beginning to move through. And as a stronger system begins to move up the East Coast, we can expect snow showers and winds to pick up Thursday and Friday afternoons. And the rest of our forecast looks like this, 5-day forecast, 34 degrees on Wednesday, 29 on Thursday, 31 on Friday, and the warmest day for this weekend, 33 on Saturday. Snow showers will be tapering off Saturday morning, and we'll see a little bit of a sunshine coming up later this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Channing, isn't it sad that whenever it's 35 degrees, it's warm?
Yes, but something that's not as sad is, I don't know if you saw it, the U.S. victory over Canada, and hopefully I do believe Brooks Bratton will have more on that. It's such an exciting game. I really can't wait to see how Brooks really analyzes it because it really means so much for, you know, the hockey program in the United States. So let's go over to Brooks and see what all he has for us. Brooks?
I'm still upset about the hot dog situation, but coming up in sports, a big upset in hockey from Vancouver, an update from the games as well, and the Buccos, the battling Buccos back on the field in Florida. But first, here is our athlete of the week.
I look forward to being an asset to this company.
My pleasure. You'll hear from us in about a week with our decision, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks again.
Wow. That young man has real potential to work here. I guess all we have left to do now is make sure there are no surprises on that face page thing.
Well, I found something I think you'd like to see.
Oh, that's a shame.
True. How'd your interview go?
Oh man, I nailed it. It's in the can.
Hey, come on, man.
Monday night marked the 30th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice, in which the United States men's Olympic hockey team defeated the unbeatable Soviet Union in Lake Placid, New York. Although the game Sunday night between the United States and Canada did not carry the same implications, it certainly had the same level of excitement, with the red, white, and blue prevailing over Team Canada. 5-3 was the final. The U.S. was outshot 45-23, but Ryan Miller registered 42 saves between the pipes, and defenseman Brian Rafalski had 2 goals, with general manager Brian Burke stating that Rafalski played the game of his life. The win gave the Americans sole possession of first place in their group, pushing Canada down to second place. Here's USA goaltender Ryan Miller on the team looking ahead, as well as women's team alternate captain Angela Ruggiero.
Canadian fans, and you know, we had good American support too. I think it worked out to be an exciting hockey game for all the fans. I know Canadian fans, you know, would like a different outcome, but you know, of course, you know, we wanted to win the game.
It feels like we really, you know, as the tournament progressed, the competition's actually gotten a lot better, and so we've been able to grow on each game and learn something from each one, and create a whole bunch of momentum, I think, heading into the gold medal game here on Thursday, which is ultimately what we wanted to play.
The U.S. men will take on Switzerland tomorrow afternoon as they have defeated Belarus 3-2 in a shootout. That is on 3 p.m. at NBC, and the U.S. women's hockey team takes on Canada for the gold medal on Thursday evening, 6:30 on MSNBC. For more on the Winter Olympiad, here's CNN's Alex Thomas.
2010 will be America's most successful ever Winter Olympics on foreign soil after they won a silver medal in the ice dancing event. It was Merrill Davis and Charlie White who skated well in the free routine but were unable to catch the Canadian winners Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, who become the first from North America to win the ice dancing. Tanith Belbin and Ben Augusto got a silver 4 years ago, but they had to settle for 4th place here. The gold medal match in the women's hockey will be between the United States and Canada, the US reaching the final after a 9-1 hammering of Sweden, and in that match Monique Lamoureux scored a hat-trick. Because America are guaranteed a medal in that one, it means their tally will be a record one here. At the moment, they're on 25 medals overall, top of the standings with 7 golds, ahead of Germany. They could add to their medal haul on Tuesday here at the Winter Olympics because we see the re-emergence of Bodie Miller, the men's alpine skiers, back in action on Whistler Mountain for the giant slalom. Also look out for 2 American competitors when the women's figure skating gets underway. In Vancouver, I'm Alex Thomas.
On to baseball, the Pittsburgh Pirates are getting back to work as spring training is underway. Position players reported to Bradenton, Florida yesterday, and today the first full squad workout took place at McKechnie Field. The Bucs are looking to make the playoffs for the first time since 1992, and returning players such as catcher Ryan Doman and outfielders Garrett Jones and Andrew McCutchen will be expected to lead the charge. However, as Pittsburgh fans have become accustomed to, the postseason hopes tend to disappear long before the season concludes. The Bucs take the field for the first game action next Tuesday afternoon against the State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, so maybe they can pull that one out against the community college. Now back over to Kevin.
All right, thank you, Brooks. Now we go to RMU Live's Ernie Bernard with commentary on something that is pressing, breaking, or even just plain annoying. The views expressed here do not reflect the views or opinions of RMU-TV. Here's my 2 cents.
Question. What number did Brianne McLaughlin wear in her years here? That number is 33. Here's another question. What do those numbers mean on that nice fancy billboard? And what are their importance? She's the all-time save leader in NCAA history, and no fan saw her play for the most part from the student body. Now we're faced with history in the making once again, and no one is caring. The guys basketball team are on their way to getting their 3rd straight NEC title, and with a few wins over spring break, they would go back to the NCAA tournament. But that's not just it. The guys' team in the last 3 years have an over 88 winning percentage, and that's the 6th highest in NCAA basketball. Yes, that does include Pitt. Here's my question. Why does no one care? This is something that, if you ask me, is the most embarrassing thing about this school. This is on the road to becoming a big-time player, not only just the NEC, but the city of Pittsburgh, and yet there's no amount of pride in these facts until after it happens. The crowd should not be affected by guys lacrosse's home or away. But hey, that's mine, and Mike Rice, if you read your emails, 2 cents.
And that is all the time we have for you this evening. Don't forget to watch Colonial Sports Center on RMU-TV this Thursday night at 9:30.
And we'll see you back here 1 week from tonight, Tuesday at 5:30 for the next RMU Live. From all of us here at RMU-TV, thanks for watching. Good night.